Hey everybody, we're talking today about the question, do women or men think about sex more? I'm Dr. Diane, your Libido Doc. And the answer to this question is it depends. And it depends on a few things. One, it depends upon how we are defining sex, right? So sex oftentimes is looked at as intercourse. But if we broaden the definition of what sex is, we broaden the sex definition to a wide variety of intimate acts, we actually can see data and numbers change. The other thing that is a huge misunderstanding about men versus women with sex is when it comes to sex and it comes to arousal, men do tend to have more of a strong visual cue than women. So men will have more of a cue, for example, to be motivated for sex when they see something that looks attractive and then they see somebody they're attracted to, or they see an image that turns them on, or they see a pair of underwear that's just a lacy underwear and they're thinking about their woman in that, in that particular underwear, for example. So that visual acuity is what will tend to turn a man on. Now for women have so many different turn-ons and turn-offs. And while visual acuity can be a huge portion of it, women get more aroused oftentimes by actually engaging in sex. So it's very common that a woman is not all that turned on, and then 10, 15 minutes into playing, stroking, petting, kissing, saying sweet things, all of a sudden she gets turned on. So oftentimes desire comes from playing and participating with arousal. Once that happens, one of the things that helps women to think about sex more often is that engagement, right? So we see that oxytocin, the love hormone, the bonding hormone, the sex hormone, the cuddle hormone, the orgasm hormone, the more oxytocin we get, the more we want, right? There's this positive feedback loop in the brain, which is very unusual for humans to not feel this sense of satisfied, but actually wanting more. And that's what oxytocin does. Particularly, we see this strong for women, that the more that we actually engage sexually, the more we want it, the more we think about it. So in response to this question around who thinks about sex more, it's really not super clear from a standpoint of if we're adding in all of these factors. If we're just saying, okay, in commonality, right? If we take two men and two women that are walking around in the street and they're very stressed and we're just talking about intercourse, it might appear that men think about sex more. But we're actually adding in all these things and really understanding around what if we get a woman more aroused in the way that she gets aroused? Then who thinks about sex more? And we actually see that women will think about sex a lot if these other factors are met. It's just that we've for so long not really understood female arousal versus male arousal. And understanding that also helps to understand how to approach women and how to work in a hetero relationship to actually help turn on the woman so that both people in that relationship feel connected, fulfilled, and deeply intimate with each other. So if this has been helpful, please do subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in another video.